All right, all right. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to a special Facebook Live. My name is Brandon Ivy, Bitcoin Brandon from Los Angeles, California. Go ahead and type in the chat box where you're listening in from. As a disclaimer, I am not a licensed financial advisor to be giving financial advice. I read the news, give my opinion, share suggestion, and it is up to you to make an informed, intelligent decision on which direction you want to move into. So apologize. Just a few hours ago, I just left the dentist's office, and half of my mouth and half of my tongue is still numb. I can't feel it, so I might be speaking with a little bit of a lisp, but I'm starting to get the feeling back just a bit. But I definitely didn't want to cancel this topic while I have it on my mind, because we did a crypto talk this morning and this topic popped up about Jay-Z and Jack Dorsey. And we discussed it in our private inner circle group. But going through it, I was like, you know what? This is something that needs to be shared publicly with everybody. So I'm going to do that now. I see we have Neil Brooks from Richmond, Virginia. Facebook user, hello. Facebook user from Jersey. Joyce Easley from Joliet, Illinois. Facebook user from Chicago, Illinois. Welcome. All right. You guys are noticing the crypto market is, let me share a screen and actually take a look at this. Let's see what's going on real quick. since it has been moving today and last all weekend. Hey, Robin, I'm diehard. Yeah, I have half a mouth. I can't feel my other part of my tongue. Let's see. See, the crypto market cap is down 14% in the last 24 hours. We are below 1 trillion as a market cap. Bitcoin dominance at 43.9%. Bitcoin's at 22,800. Ethereum's at 1,100. And some would call this a crash. And this is not a crash. It is just a correction. It's a correction, but it's times like these where everybody who has always been a Bitcoin critic decides that this is one they want to come out, start running their mouths about cash is king. Cash is king. Like they've been validated or something, and they don't understand one fundamental fact. And I'm going to share with you that fundamental fact is right here. Those who are educated in the crypto space are not panicking. They're not freaking out because there's a crash. We're actually getting more excited because we've seen this over and over again before since the beginning. We'd go back to 2017 when it got up to $20,000 a coin. And then they said it crashed when it came all the way down to 6,000. Then it got up to $69,000. Now they're saying it's crashed because it's at the $22,000 level. But do you realize that $22,000 level is still higher than most of Bitcoin's history? Cash is depositable to buy more crypto. I don't know who that is. That's a Facebook user popping up for me. But look at this. This is a crash when it's still higher than most of Bitcoin's history. You know, and I hope it goes lower. We're seeing some that are saying it's going to go to $17,000 to $20,000 will be the new low. I hope it gets there and it stays there for. There you go, Wendy. I hope it gets there and it stays there for the next 6 months. If Bitcoin could stay below $20,000 for the next 6 months, you know how many more millionaires are going to be generated? Because it's going to be an opportunity for people who felt that they really couldn't get in on it when it was at $69,000 a coin. You got the reset button that just got hit. We get to buy it on the cheap. When the media is saying one thing, you want to do the opposite. So if they're calling it a crash, that's when you want to buy. And the opposite as well. So why I'm doing this is because we covered this article this morning. And somebody else posted another article, and I don't know who they are, and I can't find it. There's another article about this. So if anybody, while I'm talking, you have that other article, please send it over to me. But this is from the Atlanta Black Star. And what catches my attention is the very first thing that is being shared here. Tone deaf? Tone deaf. Followed by Jay-Z and former Twitter CEO Jack Dorsey launched Bitcoin Academy for residents of public housing complex Jay-Z grew up in. Now, I heard about this last week, and I didn't really pay too much attention to it because I knew this was inevitable. And it's a good thing that you're going to start to see a lot of emphasis on crypto education popping up all over the country and around the world. So I didn't see that as a bad, as a negative. But then I saw this article, and the first thing that pops up is tone deaf. And that really got my attention. Why it is that whenever there's new opportunities that pop up, the rich get richer and the poor stay poor. And most people will point to the fact that, well, we're just not given the same opportunity as other communities are given. Or the man is holding us back. Or we're not even told that it's happening. And therefore, because of my race or my skin color or where I live, I don't have access to wealth generation. See, what this article should have started out was two billionaires, one black and one white, is bringing crypto education to a public housing complex where Jay-Z grew up to help uplift the community that never had access before. That's what it should say. But instead, it starts off with tone deaf. You see, there's a difference between being broke and being poor. You guys know that? What's the difference between poor and broke? Hold on a second. My mouth is acting funny on me. Starting to get a little bit of feeling back in my tongue. So, again, if I start lisping or anything like that, I apologize. So the difference between being poor and broke is a temporary situation. Most people have been broke at one time in their life before. We've been broke before. We made money, been broke again. But broke is a situation that you can change. Married or not married. I wish I knew who that was. You just show up as Facebook user. You guys, I'm streaming on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. So if you're on Facebook, at the top of the comment section, click the give StreamYard permission so I can see your name when you comment. So broke, you can change that. That's you, Wendy. You can change that. I know I've been working from home for almost 10 years now. And there's been many times where I made money and I had lost a lot of money or I didn't make any money. But I learned a certain skill set that I knew that if I were to go broke, I'm only 60 to 90 days away from at least $10,000 a month or more. So broke is temporary. You put your head down, you go to work. Poor, on the other hand, is eternal. Poor is generational. It's like a generational curse. Yeah, Joyce, I'm still streaming. I'm streaming everywhere. YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. So I'll give you an example of poor. I did a popular YouTube video years ago, right after Katrina, about a year after Katrina. And Katrina drudged up the underbelly of New Orleans, and my family's from Louisiana. Baton Rouge, New Orleans, and Shreveport. And the forgotten community in Louisiana that has been living in the same area for 150 years or so, that's kind of off the grid a bit. But because of Katrina, it brought them out into the open, put the spotlight on it. And the federal government started issuing FEMA checks to help out the victims of Hurricane Katrina. Kind of like because of COVID, we had stimulus checks. But the FEMA checks were supposed to last for just 1 year. And as that year started to come up and they were debating on extending the FEMA checks, the news media was out in the neighborhoods, trying to see what are these people going to do if there's no more FEMA checks? Do they have an answer for it? What's going to happen to the people? And in typical news fashion, whenever they come to the community, they always find the most ignorant person in the neighborhood to put a camera and a microphone in front of. And you guys know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. There's always that one dude, I done seen it all. I seen it all. Well, they did that, and they found one woman, and they asked her about, her FEMA checks. What's she going to do when they stop? And her response is, if I don't get my FEMA check, who going to pay my rent? My problem with the statements is that at no point in time did it even occur to be independent, to not have to rely on the government or FEMA or any type of government assistance. And in no way am I shaming government assistance. It is needed. Make no mistake about that. But it's there as a bridge so that we can get on our feet, so that we can do what we need to do, that we can step up. And this is where the mindset comes in. But if you've gone through generational trauma, it's the word I want to use. Generational trauma that has caused a certain mindset, a poverty poor mindset that's passed down from generation to generation to generation, where there's really no way out outside of government assistance. That's a problem. And that is I don't want to use the word curse, a cycle that needs to be broken. So why I'm so passionate about the crypto space is not because I'm just in love with Bitcoin, blockchain technology. None of that's my passion. Helping my community is my passion. Before I was Bitcoin Brandon, that some people want to make fun of my name, I was a business mindset coach. I understand changing your mindset. And in changing your mindset, what I found out about crypto is something that I thought and believe is revolutionary. The technology itself is going to revolutionize the world far more than the internet did. And that it represents the greatest economic shift in wealth in the history of mankind for the most amount of people. The most amount of people. That means we have an even, equal playing ground. There's no glass ceiling. There's no human prejudices to stop you. There's no racism, sexism, nepotism. It doesn't matter where you were born. It doesn't matter what language you speak. It doesn't matter if you're college educated or not. It doesn't matter if you're a man, woman, or a child. You only need three things. Three things. A cell phone, everybody has. Access to the internet, most people have. But the third is the most difficult of them all. The willingness to learn. Mindset. The willingness to learn. But when I figured that out, I said, but what if people don't even know what's going on? They can't learn something they don't even know exists yet. So that's why I made it my point to create crypto education, where I was doing Bitcoin boot camps for free around the country. First one I did was in Chicago. Melanie was there, Melanie Davis. Chicago, Illinois, back in 2018, I think it was. I think it was 2018. First Bitcoin boot camp I did. And I've done them all over the country. But my mission is, if this is the most transformative technology the world has ever seen, and if this is the greatest economic revolution the world has ever seen for the most amount of people, then this is our way, our chance to break that cycle of poverty, of broke-mindedness, without having anybody with their foot on our back or knee on our neck to hold us down. That all I want is an opportunity. Give me an opportunity without putting chains on my legs and let me run. That's all I ask for. I don't need a handout. I don't need a leg up. I'm my father's son. My father grew up in Compton, California, the most poorest part of it. But he had a hunger. Like Les Brown says, he was hungry. He got his degree. He was raised in a household where there was no doubt you're going to learn. Education was key in my father's family's household. His sisters, they all got college degrees. At a time when discrimination was rampant, he couldn't get a job because of the color of his skin. The only thing they let him do was wash company cars and drive execs around LA from the airport to downtown. That's all they let him do. And he ended up becoming the general manager of Metropolitan Water District of Southern California. Worked there for 43 years. Not because he had a handout. He did it in spite of. But not everybody in his neighborhood followed the same path. My father just made a decision. Also, not everybody in his neighborhood knew that the opportunity existed, but was willing to fight for it the way my father did. So when I see crypto as a way out if you know about it. Now let me get to this article because it set me off why I'm doing this in the first place. Tone deaf? Atlanta Black Star, really? Tone deaf? This is why education is so important. Billionaire business partners Sean Jay-Z Carter and former Twitter CEO and co-founder Jack Dorsey have teamed up to launch the Bitcoin Academy. Bitcoin Academy. Isn't that interesting? ILCA. At Marcy Houses, the public housing complex in Brooklyn, New York, where the Empire State of Mind MC grew up. Now, Jay-Z's a billionaire, which means he knows what life is like on the poor side of the tracks. He also knows the mindset of billionaires. So he knows both worlds. And in his mind, what if somebody came to the Marcy Projects when he was a kid and was able to expose him to something that's not seen in his neighborhood, because all he saw was drug dealers, pimps, crime, gangs. That's what he saw. His way out was music. That was his way out. But he got caught up in all that stuff because that was his environment. So Jay-Z says, I'm a billionaire now. Let me bring something new to the community. Let me show what the billionaires see, what the outside sees. Let me expose our people to this. Right. Follow me here. Let's watch why this set me off. This program aims to provide education, empower the community with knowledge, and get rid of some of the barriers so that residents can learn more about Bitcoin specifically and finance in general. Now, here's my problem. The author of this didn't say that. They quoted it from Jay-Z's website. Okay. I see where this is going. Now, when you read a statement like this, do any red flags pop up? I'm going to read it one more time, a little bit slower. The program aims to provide education, empower the community with knowledge, and get rid of some of the barriers so that residents can learn more about Bitcoin specifically and finance in general. Is finance even taught in school? No. No, it's not. Not in public school. I don't see any red flag with this. But let's keep going. Participants are offered a few ways of participating in the program, including in-person and online classes from June 22nd through September 7th. So for the whole summer before school starts. Help keep kids off the street. You know, you're learning something. You're learning finances. This is open to all Marcy residents, which means he ain't charging for this. In-person classes will take place 2 evenings per week. Where do you see that? Don't I do 2 classes per week, Tuesdays and Thursday nights? With dinner served. I missed that earlier. I think I was going off earlier. I missed that. And they're serving dinner. Applicants will receive MiFi devices a 1-year limited data plan, and smartphones. Wait, hold up. What are the three things I say all you need in crypto? Is a cell phone. What are they providing? Smartphones. Access to the internet. What are they providing? Mi-Fi devices. But there's the third that only the individual can do, the willingness to learn. Residents may choose to keep the devices. The only named instructors are two Bitcoin influencers, Lamar Wilson and Naja J. Roberts. They should have came to Bitcoin branded, but like I said earlier, we'll get there. Who promised to teach participants about Bitcoin, how it works, why you should care, and how to build your own financial future. Again, do you see any red flags so far? Promises to teach participants. Hell yeah, I'll serve dinner. I'll serve dinner. I'll serve breakfast and lunch. How it works, why you should care, and how to build your own financial future. Again, I still see no red flags. Hove and Dorsey have also created Crypto Kids Camp. The program will take place on 2 Saturdays for Marcy kids and teenagers ages 5 to 17. Oh, I'm starting to feel my tongue a little better. Okay. 2 Saturdays for Marcy kids and teenagers ages 5 to 17. Dates and times are not yet available. The entrepreneur, who rarely uses his Twitter account, took to the platform where he shouted out his associate in a post earlier this week, sharing that the institution is just one of many to come. Bitcoin Academy, starting in Marcy, a palace that taught me so much, is hopefully the first of many. He added, the simple goal is to provide people tools to build independence for themselves and then the community around them. He is teaching wealth principle. If you read the book, The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace D. Wallace, the first thing it says, you got to get rich yourself first. Then you can turn around and you can help everybody else. Because first you led by example. So the goal is to provide tools to build independence for them and then the community around them. This entire thing is wealth principle he's doing. But where does it jump the rails? What's the problem? Well, let's get to that. Mr. Carter tweet, shout out to @Jack, meaning Jack Dorsey, billionaires. Bitcoin Academy starting in Marcy, a palace that taught me so much, is hopefully the first of many. The simple goal is to provide people tools to build independence for themselves and then the community around them. This initiative is made possible by personal grants from Jay and Jack with on-the-ground support from Block and the Sean Carter Foundation. They're paying for this for free. The rapper's new initiative has garnered backlash. What out of anything that was said should garner any type of backlash? Can anybody give me an example before I even read this? What is the backlash? Free education in an industry that has produced the greatest producing asset of the past decade, period. Nothing even comes close. Nothing comes close. They're getting free education. They're getting free dinner. They're getting free cell phones. They're getting free Wi-Fi. They're learning about the fastest growing industry on the planet. And it's happening in the poorest neighborhood. Backlash? Okay, let's see. The rapper's new initiative has garnered backlash for the Academy's heavy focus on Bitcoin. Why is that backlash? The world of cryptocurrency is relatively new and has been known to be riddled with financial scams, hacks, and fraud. Stop. Wait. where unsuspecting investors are encouraged to buy into various coins with promises of fast returns that are often untrue. Okay, let's stop right there. Atlanta Black Star. Crabs in a barrel. Uh, First, name me one financial system that hasn't been riddled with financial scams, hacks, and fraud. 2008, the greatest recession since the Great Depression, happened under the government's watch, under the bankers' watch, under traditional finance. But yet, Bitcoin's the problem. 12% of the US population is crypto holders. 46% of them are earning more than $100,000 a year. But yet, Bitcoin's the problem? They're teaching our kids in these public schools to go to school, get good grades, and then you're going to get a good, safe, secure job, a job that will take care of you. Is that even true? Even if you do get a college degree? What if you don't? You just get a high school degree or a GED. What are your prospects outside of trying to go to trade school? What are your prospects? How much money can you actually earn? When the same government says that 97% will retire broke, depending on family, government, and friends by the age of 65. That's the current system, but you worried about Bitcoin? And then this has also got me. Unsuspecting investors are encouraged to buy into various coins with promises of fast returns that are often what unsuspecting investors? Who are you talking about here? Are there, I call them crypto pimps out there that run around talking about join this opportunity and we guarantee you're going to get rich in 24 hours? Is there stuff like that? Yeah. I'm waiting because with the crypto market the way it is right now, it's going to expose all of these crypto businesses that can't survive in a bear market. Because the only way they can survive is if Bitcoin is continuously going up. Because when it's going down, there's not enough funds there to continue to pay out when they're losing value. Because they definitely can't sell their assets because you're selling it for a loss. So instead, the owners pull an exit scam, or exchanges like Coinbase, Binance, and others, all of a sudden, you're not able to withdraw. There's an update that needs to be done. There is a DDoS attack. Or what is Binance saying now? Binance says that, transactions got stuck. There is no getting stuck in the blockchain. Transactions got stuck, so we have to halt any withdrawals. That's BS. But bear markets expose all the crypto clowns. But what also happens is the same crypto pimps, be prepared. You're going to be hearing about new businesses that's going to pop up because they have to hit the reset button to start from scratch at the new level. So be prepared. I don't know who or what yet, but I can guarantee it's not even a prediction, it's a spoiler alert. Give it by the end of this month. You're going to start seeing all over Facebook people flocking to the latest, newest thing in the crypto space, being promoted by the same people who ran the other stuff into the ground. Mark my words. But I digress. This isn't even true on mass scale. Investors are encouraged to buy into various coins with promises of fast returns that are often untrue. Is that what Jay-Z's doing? Did Jay-Z talk about any Bitcoin business? Did he talk about any fast returns and getting rich quick? No, he's providing crypto education for free. But hold on, there's more. Critics have called out. Who are the critics? Who? Name them. Have called out the necessity for cryptocurrency in areas like Marcy projects. Why tax billionaires to create a robust social safety net when they come up with great ideas like this? Wrote one Twitter user in response to an announcement from the platform co-creator. That is one of the most dumbest things that I can read in the finance section. If you ask Marcy House's resident how to best meet their needs, how many will say a Bitcoin class? Says Austin Roby. It's a guy like this that's the problem. Doesn't understand the value of education. Doesn't understand a damn thing what he's talking about. Where is money being made? If most people in the Marcy houses can't participate in the stock market because it's outside of their class, but Bitcoin is an on-road, an on-ramp to wealth, where we have 31% of the world's population that doesn't even have a bank account. How many people in the Marcy districts have bank accounts? Or I bet you see check cashing places next to liquor stores all over the place in the neighborhoods because nobody has access to a bank account. They don't have good credit. See, this is where ignorance and lack of education meet. And you see a dumbass statement like this. This is the best thing that can happen. The fastest way that you can change generational poverty, that generational curse. And it only takes one. There's kids today making millions off of crypto. But if you don't know what's going on, you're going to be destined to repeat the past. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, yet expecting a different result. And this dumbass right here will probably say, we need more government assistance. Keep the stimulus checks coming. Cash is king. Give us more cash. The dummy doesn't realize the longer you hold on to this, the more you lose. 8% freaking inflation. Stock market is down. The Dow 800 points. But you're going to think that Bitcoin's the problem. Bitcoin is your way out. If you can't dribble a basketball or rap, you know, name ain't Lil Baby or whatever. Education is your way out. You can write your own check because nobody can take that skill from you. You learn how to trade. Nobody can take that from you. I started with $30, and I flipped that into six figures in 3.5 months when I was down on my ass. I didn't get a handout. My education got me out. I have mad respect and props for what Jay-Z and Jack Dorsey is doing, where Jay-Z is bringing a white billionaire to the projects to teach them something that they would never have had access to. I said it time and time again. You guys know I created Ivy League Crypto Academy. And whose firm did I hire? What organization did I hire to be my CMO? Mr. James Hendricks, marketing disruptor. Why did I do that? Everything I do is for a reason. Why did I choose James Hendricks? Where our politics are on opposite ends of the spectrum. We don't see the same on politics. We do understand the same thing about money and life. And I understand that he has access to knowledge that most people do not. And it's not based on race. I'm basing this on class. It's not black or white. It's those who make $1,500 a month versus those who make $1,500 an hour. I'm tapping into a source of knowledge that most have never had access to before. Jay-Z, using Jack Dorsey, is bringing a wealth of knowledge and information to a community that has been historically held out. You can't get business loans based on where you're from, not even your skin color, but your class. Who do you know? So this why tax? So in his word, we need to tax billionaires. We need to take from somebody else so that we can have something. Again, that's not wealth principle. You go back to the Science of Getting Rich by Wallace D. Wattles, and he states that riches built on the competitive field are not built to last. Because just as how fast you got it by robbing somebody else, somebody's going to rob you. There is enough resources in the world that every man, woman, and child could live a wealthy lifestyle. There is no shortage of money. There is no shortage of resources. It's just we don't know where to go to get the resources. And we're fighting over the same resources. You think if that guy's having success, then I need to do what that guy's doing. Instead of coming together. I created Ivy League Crypto Academy, the first Black-owned crypto business in education. You would think other top Black leaders would say, you know what? I see what B is doing. Let's see if we can work together and do something even bigger. Do you see that happening? No. Instead, it's, oh, how can I compete with Brandon and take what he's already built? I'm not going to call any names, but you know who you are. And I was only a phone call away. But I'm not even mad at that because I'm not afraid of competition. Competition is a good thing. Competition keeps things fresh, keeps things better for the customer. And there are thousands upon thousands of colleges in America. Even though I believe that my college, Morehouse College, is the best, it's not the only. You got Howard, FAMU, you got Grambling, you got Southern, you got all the 100 HBCUs, plus all the other Ivy League schools and colleges around the country. There's room for everybody. There's room for us. But again, I'm going back to mindset because people are still thinking instead of, hey, let's work together and let's bring this crypto education to the masses. To with all of us combined, nobody could stop us. Instead, I don't like Brand. I'm gonna steal his stuff and try to create something else. Crabs in a barrel. So I have mad respect for what Jay-Z is doing and the way he's doing it. Mad respect. And if any way I can help, I'm willing to help any kind of way I can. But I will do my parts. And again, it is not a color thing. It's not black or white. It's a class thing. It's a class issue. At the end of the day, everybody wants green. I wouldn't show that. It should be the Bitcoin. Wait a minute. Is there more to this article here? Yeah. But yeah, this is one of the most dumbest things. Why tax billionaires as if the only way for us to make it is if we take from the billionaires. That's the only way we're going to make it. If the government comes in. No. Jay-Z is saying and teaching you how you can use this new industry and create your own from scratch. That's what he's teaching. Break the bonds. Break the poverty cycle. Don't listen to clowns running their mouth. Oh, Bitcoin crashed. I told y'all cash is king. Sit down and shut up. You don't know what you're talking about. And you're leading everybody else astray. I understand why James Davis don't want to deal with people no more. But I still have the bone. I love doing what I do. But this article kind of touched a nerve on me. So I just wanted to give a public shout out to what Jay-Z's doing. Bringing crypto education to the masses. And that lets me know I'm on the right track as well. Bringing crypto education to the masses. 1 week from today, we are having our virtual Bitcoin bootcamp, our 5-day challenge, and there's no cost. I'm not charging you. It's free. It's free. Get back to the person who invited you. They'll give you a link to register. Come out and learn about Bitcoin and crypto. Because one way or another, you will be involved. It's only right now you have an opportunity to decide how you're going to be involved. You have that choice. So come out and bring people with you. A week from today, the next 5-day challenge, we're going to talk about who is Satoshi Nakamoto, what is blockchain, what is crypto, what are wallets, and how do I buy it? How do I set my goals, short-term and long-term, so that you know, guys, I make more money when the market goes down than when it goes up. I get upset when the market goes sky high because that means I didn't have a chance to accumulate like I wanted to. With the market coming down right now, this is Christmas for me. Someone said, Brandon, are you scared you lost all your money? Lost what? I didn't sell anything. I still have the same amount of tokens right now that I did 2 months ago. Well, I have actually more because I'm buying. I'm long term. The next 3 to 5 years, that's what I'm looking at what crypto is going to be. Not worried about what the price is right now. So don't let the big mouths out there sway you. Get your crypto education. All you need is a cell phone, access to the internet, and a willingness to learn. That's all you need. Everything else will take care of itself. I didn't even say you needed money. I even created ILCA so that you can make money. You help 100 people get crypto educated. That's $117,000. You help 100 people and $4,400 a month. Are you kidding me? What did the federal government say again? 12% of the U.S. population is in crypto, and 46% of them make more than $100,000 a year. Yet this clown is saying, "Oh no, we can't bring Bitcoin to the ghetto." 46% of them are making $100,000 a year. How many people do you think will still be living in Marcy's projects if they're making $100,000 a year? And Jay-Z's trying to show them how. And this clown is saying, oh, no, you can't do that. It's Bitcoin. Sit down and shut up, Austin Robbie. All right. I'll leave it at that. Hope you guys learned something new. As always, that is the point. I got Crypto Talk tomorrow morning. And we're going to be covering, there's a new project we kind of got an inside scoop on. I'm going to be reading the white paper. We're going to look at that project to see if it's something we can add to our portfolio. But you got to be in our inner circle to be a part of that. But register for the next 5-day challenge, June 20th. June 20th. You're going to hear from other top 7-figure earners in our industry, as like Mr. Byron Nelson, Mr. Steve Carter. I think I'm going to have Steve Carter's going to be going up on Monday, and Mr. Nelson on Tuesday. And you know what? I'm going to do again like I did last month. Monday night, I'm going to treat it as if everybody is a VIP for Monday night. How about that? Everybody's a VIP Monday night. Wait. Everybody will get to see what the VIPs get. Meaning that I'm not going to shut off this live stream and that you can see the Q&A that the VIPs go through, so that you can decide if you want to be a VIP yourself. So that's June. I've got some big things coming. We were talking with my CMO about how we're going to be making ILCA a household name. A household name coming up. So don't think I'm just sitting, doing crypto. Somebody actually tried to make fun of me saying, let Bitcoin Brandon do his little crypto talks. Really? They put drugs in me when I went to the dentist today, so I'm just this close from snapping back to the old Brandon. I'm trying to keep it together. I'm not going to be calling anybody out, but I'm just going to encourage everybody to take the crypto education serious. Use this downtime of the markets coming down to educate yourself so you know what to do to prepare when the markets come back up. And I'm giving it to you for free. 5-day challenge next Monday. With that, see you guys on Crypto Talk tomorrow morning. Take care. Bitcoin Brandon out. Bye-bye.